Hello, hello, hello. We are only 3 minutes past the top of the hour, which I think might be a new record for getting started as close to on time as possible ever on Friday night. So huzzah, off to a great start. No need to sacrifice any ducks. Hey, Tails, how you doing? We are here. My name is Kevin. We are Dirty 20 Gaming. It is Friday, and that means it's time for a fun shot. And this one is one of my favorites. Grant Howitt makes a ton of one-page one-shots. They're so simple to learn. They're so simple to play. You should go to DriveThruRPG and buy them all. I'm not sponsored. I just think they're that good. They are great. And we're going to be playing one of them tonight called Ghost Crashers. It's a variant on another game of his called Goat Crashers, but we're not going to play that one tonight, so we'll talk about this one instead. In this game, our 3 players are ghosts of various kinds that we have rolled beforehand, just before we came on tonight. So we'll see exactly how these work out as we go along. We'll sort of introduce them as their abilities come to light, or darkness, as the case may be. And with that, we are using our virtual tabletop tonight. All the rolls that you can see are coming through Roll20. All the art behind us in the overlay, the art in the little chaos pool box over here, which I will explain shortly, is all from Pixabay. And these amazing people who have agreed to come here into my spiderweb and play one of my favorite games with me. One of them has some experience playing with me before, but the other 2 are just flat out blindly brave, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my spleen. The 3 people we have with us tonight are Julie. Thank you so much for joining us. We have with us tonight Vin as well. Thank you for joining us here as well. Whoops, that shouldn't have happened. And thank you for joining us, Loch Nessa. Thank you so much. With that, I am seeing nervous faces, so let's just cut right to it, shall we? Shall we actually start? Let's do this. The 3 of you are ghosts. You are dead. You have been dead for various lengths of time. Some of you for hundreds of years, some of you like sort of last weekish. But either way, just because you're dead doesn't mean you don't want to party. So the 3 of you have called in a favor, and a wizard friend of yours has made you corporeal for the evening. The good part of this is you can interact with people and stuff. The bad part is you have to use doors and stairs now. You can't just float through the walls. So, you see, as you look around, you step out of the unhallowed basement of unhallowed university in unhallowed township because you're dead. So, I mean, where else would you live? And you see up on the hill above you a series of mansions. Most of them are dark. All you can see is security lights and dogs. But there is one with flashing, pulsing lights, and you can hear music. It's not good music, but it's music. Pulsing out into the darkness. With no further ado, what do you do?
Well, I am going to strut forward towards this very intoxicating music that I hear.
Absolutely, yeah.
Music.
So you start heading up the hill.
I've heard this before in all of my hundreds of years.
Speaking of your hundreds of years, as you stride boldly up the middle of this weirdly solid road, it's not cobbles, it's like it's all one sheet of this black stuff and there's yellow stripes on it. It's weird. Anyway, what do people see as you walk up this hill? Because they can see you now. That's normally not a problem.
Well, they see that I am obviously of royal blood with my extremely fancy gown that goes all the way down to the floor. And my hair that has been expertly coiffed by my court hairdressers. And in this light, you cannot see that I have a faintly shimmering sort of, let's be honest, sort of dead skin look.
That unhealthy glow.
Yes, that unhealthy glow.
It looks good, but it might smell bad if you got too close.
I mean, I think I smell wonderful, but
absolutely. And with that, Lady Imogen strides boldly up the road. There are people coming down the hill and from the sides as well. You're in the middle of a fairly busy appears to be a sort of a beachside town. A lot of people around you are just kind of going past and going and heading towards the water. They all seem to reek of various kinds of alcohol, and they all seem to be under 25. The other two, excuse me.
I've never seen anything like that.
Well, I try not to burst a lung. Reginald, what are you doing? Lady Imogen is just boldly taking the lead. Not a word spoken.
I thought we were like turn. Okay.
It'll vary.
Well, you gotta wait for me. Come on. Like, why are you going ahead of us? Like, what's your rush to get to this party? You just showed up and you were dead, and now you're not dead.
I mean,
and now there's a party. You're gonna go right to a stranger's house?
It depends on who.
Are you gonna get dead all over again? Are you gonna do that? Is that what you want to do?
As you turn around to face him, as you turn around to face him, what does she see, Reginald, when she looks back at you down the road?
She sees a guy in skater clothes, nice Vans, nice high top Vans.
Yep.
A skateboard and a helmet, because you got to play safe. It's the 80s.
And I was there in the 80s. I can assure you, we wore no helmets.
I died. Because here's the thing: I died not wearing a helmet.
Right.
So I'm coming back now. I want to be the life of the party, but I want to live. I don't want to die before I have to die again.
A safety-minded ghost. Oh boy, who invited this guy? Reginald, the two of you do you start to walk with? Well, let's just ask: are you stopping in any way, shape, or form, Imogen, or are you just talking over your shoulder as you head up the hill?
Well, as he's yelling at me about whether or not I'm going to die again, which I don't understand what that even has to do with anything. I am turning around and I am stopping and I am looking at him and very confused about this board with wheels. I don't understand.
Now, well, here's what I want you to. Here's what I want you to do. Do you see the moon up there?
Yes.
Look at the moon and tell me there's something in it. I want you to tell me what you see.
This is preposterous.
And then you turn around and I've already run to the party.
Running up the hill with the skateboard. Christina, you see this. It's going to be one of those nights, apparently. What are you doing now that you've seen both of them react in that way?
I'm on the side of the road and I'm like looking back and forth like a tennis match. And I'm like, are you Ghost? Like, are you really Ghost? Because I look like one, but maybe I'm not.
That is going to be our first roll of the night, because you happen to have a skill which makes you good at finding ghosts, or at least think you are good at finding ghosts.
I think
so. As you try to determine whether these two are real ghosts, I would like you to press the button that says do a thing and add 2 dice, because you're using one of your skills.
Sorry, I don't.
That's okay. Oh, that went poorly. So you
no, you're gonna die like the rest of us.
You
I
say
never
that.
died before, so that would be a first time.
Yeah, you say that, and as you lean forward to kind of look at the two of them, you notice that there's a line around Imogen's neck, and you kind of take a look at that, and as you do, the skateboard, you hear whoop, and he slips on the skateboard, and it comes up and catches you under the chin, and you have the unique experience of hearing your own neck snap. And you have even the more unique experience of watching your own body drop to the ground while your ghost continues to stand there in the darkness.
And I'm like, oh, they were ghosts. Let's go.
And the three of you start to walk up the street away from the dead body laying in the middle of the road. There's a drunk dude pushing it with his foot going, come on, man, they're never going to let you in unless you can stand up.
Yeah, so you played yourself on that one.
Yeah.
Now I know if you're a ghost, I'm a ghost too.
Yeah, you're kind of like, whoa, I get you. You know what? From now on, because that's how this works. You, because you are now a ghost, are even better at finding ghosts. So anytime you're going to do that again, remind me, and you will roll 4 dice instead of 2, just for that, because you are a newfound expert on ghostings. And as the three of you ponder this and other things, you arrive at the fence, because all mansions have fences. It's got a big gate, and it's got the big letters on the gate, and some reason they say BS. In gold against the black,
very important person who lives here.
And standing behind the gate in a little white box you see 2 guards.
We got to get over those guards, and we're not ghosts, so we can't walk through them anymore. Well,
Don't
you're
worry.
a ghost. Oh.
Don't worry. I know this guy. I went to high school with him. We can just go in. They know me.
They know you.
What is high school?
Well, I guess I shouldn't be. Well, I guess I shouldn't be standing at the top of this ramp about to fly over this gate.
You're getting ready to
That's
skate
one way to do it.
You can do that.
I guess I should do. I guess I should do it anyway.
Not sure
yeah, you guys hardly know each other, so yeah, let's do this. Yeah, you're getting ready to do a skateboard trick over the fence.
Do it. Let's
yeah, absolutely. There we go. 2 successes. Yes, kickflip. You even hang it there for a second.
I did a kickflip. I indie noseboned right into that house, right into the parlor.
Right over the fence, bam, down in the pool, the dry pool, up the other side, barrel roll, bam, land in a lawn chair.
Oh,
like
you
that
bet
good.
I did a barrel roll.
You didn't even mess up the pleats in your pants.
No.
Because it's the 80s, and now you damn well had pleats in your pants. Meanwhile, back at the gate, Christina, you turn to explain to these people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know this guy. We went to high school together. Come in. I'm like, hey guys, I'm coming in for the party.
Okay. Any of your skills or abilities going to add to this?
I bring up my Ouija board and I'm like, look, I can show you. She's with me too. The board will tell you.
Okay. Yep. Sure. Give me. Do a thing and add 2 dice. You betcha. 1 success. Okay. And while you're doing that, so you're sitting on the ground doing that, Imogen, you look down, sort of, almost a bad thing almost happens, but you look down and you see on the ground, the 3 of them around the Ouija board all doing the thing. And you see that the guards are not buying it. Not for love nor money. They're starting to look up at her. One of them starting to reach for his walkie-talkie. You don't know what that is, but he's reaching for this thing on his belt. What do you do?
I step forward and I say, Sir, you may recognize me from my many portraits that have been in museums and also in the, what do you call it, encyclopedia? Yes. You may recognize
think
me
these
as
guys
a very
read
important person.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Are you going to...
Do you think these guys read books? I'm walking up here. I see what's going on here. And I think I should just smack him in the back of the head with my board.
As a side whisperer, I tell Imogen, I'm like, their name is Spirit. Tell them your name is Imogen Spirit and that you're here to visit your nephew. They'll never dare stop you.
Wait, but they're already suspicious of you. Why are you giving them advice when they're already suspicious of you?
I'm suspicious of everybody.
Not them. I'm giving her advice.
But why's she going to take it when the guards are already suspicious?
You guys realize you're plotting right in front of us, right?
I'm going to beat you in the head of my board. And then
and he reaches for his taser. What are you doing?
No, don't tase me.
You just turned this into a fight. What are you doing?
I throw one of them through the window.
No, I'm gonna do
Through the window of the small guard.
Well, you were going to hit him with your board, right? So that's a skateboard trick.
I'm gonna do a thing.
So that's add 2 dice. Imogen, what are you doing?
There we go.
I'm pushing the other one through the window of the guard.
Okay, so that's defenestration. That's add 2 dice. Yeah, absolutely. And Imogen, what are you doing?
I am going to pick up my head off of my neck and just raise it up a little bit so that they can see it's not connected. And then
that is also add 2 dice. Okay. Whew. Wow. And you are allowed to team up on this. So that was 8 successes.
That was a big success.
This scene had a difficulty.
They got scared by you and then taking your head off, and then they got whacked in the head.
This scene had a difficulty of 4. So the one that was reaching for the taser looks around and just does, you can see him just fail to process. And he just takes his taser and puts it under his own chin and just blows himself back into the guard booth. Unconscious, you see his feet just on the concrete. The other one that you hurl through the window, he does that thing where they stop moving. Yeah, you killed the bejesus out of them. They are both, well, one's dead and one's electrocuted, self-electrocuted badly. On the bright side, the one that is doing the vibratory motions across the floor happens to hit the button at the moment, and apparently, inviting you, the doors, the gates open. With a small burst of steam.
Doors always open
dramatically. Yes. Put your head back on and walk it.
Yes.
The top of a long, curving driveway. You see those huge, tacky doors that are like a wall of glass, and you have to kind of figure out which one's the door because it's all just endless sheets of glass. There's all kinds of fancy cars parked all over the place. They've lit the car park so you can show off your cars while you're parking at this guy's house to have a party. It's one of those places, like, it's bad, right? So as you head up towards the doors, there is, at the door, there is 2 younger fellows, no apparent weapons available, but they're looking at you. Do not drive. Nothing for us to park for you.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
sir.
park this. I just shoved my board right into their chest. Not like killing them in their chest, but just like, hey, jerk, here, park this. Like, grab my board, go find a good spot for it.
He takes your board and almost like a piston action. As the board comes this way, his hand comes out the other way, reaching for a tip.
Here's a tip: don't wreck my board.
Very good, sir. And he turns around and he's holding it. Do you watch him for any length of time?
I've got my eye on him.
Okay, because when he thinks you're not looking, he puts your board down and puts his foot on it and just pushes it underneath one of the nearby cars.
You know what, though? he goes into another room. Yeah. But I want to keep an eye on him. So I'm going to grab Imogen's head and I'm going to do it out. Do I add a...
hang on a second. Imogen, do you allow him to grab your head? There are player agency things going on here, so...
Okay.
I think I probably wouldn't have seen that coming, so go for it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to grab your head.
Okay.
And I see there's a gap in the ceiling where I can throw the head up into the next room.
Okay.
So he puts my board into the next room. Yeah. I'm going to throw your head into the next room. And you could watch my board, see what's going on. Maybe your head lands on my board.
Oh, no, your board stayed outside. Your board is now underneath a car outside.
Okay, so I'm just throwing your head out. So what do I do with things?
You don't need to. Okay. Imogen, as your head flies through the air, is there anything you would like to do to affect where it goes? Because I mean, it is your head after all.
Oh, I didn't think I would have control over it if it's flying through the air.
Have you not seen my fun shots?
Fair enough.
It could get picked up by a bird.
Your hair pops out into 2 flaps.
Yeah.
You are now a headless glider.
I would like to think that I would have some control over my head. So I'm going to say, excuse me, and just will it back to me.
Banks around. I would like you to
like
give me... I would like you to give me add 4 dice, completely by accident, because as you bank in front of these windows, the people inside, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. The people inside see this head fly towards the window as though decapitated, suddenly sprout wings and bank sharply to the left. You can look right up the decapitated neck as it whizzes past the window. And they have had a lot to drink tonight. It's not good. I mean, you were really close. You may or may not have left a little streak on the window as you banked by. You were really, really close. And then, as though they shake their heads to try and recover from that, your head banks around, comes back, and lands on your neck. And you look through the glass, and you land up. Give me a command. What did you yell at these people?
At the people?
Yes.
Or at my head?
I was trying to get you through the scene, but yell at whatever you want. But
yell at whatever I want. I will yell, "Pay attention to me!"
And the entire room turns and is now staring at you through the big glass wall. Actually, I should probably no. I'm not. You know, you made 5 successes. I don't need. You don't need to roll nothing. So no, yeah. They are intent upon watching you. A couple of them are even starting to bow. Christina.
Yes.
They are completely distracted. Every single person inside that party. Remember, each of you has a secret thing that you want to do inside this party, so you do have to get in somehow. But they are completely focused on Imogen at the moment, except for the guard outside who is watching, or not the guard, the valet outside who is watching Reginald furiously.
So no one is looking at me?
Absolutely not. Nope. You are,
So
might as well be invisible.
So I'll just slip inside.
Yep. Just walk up and open the doors and walk in, and the door closes behind you. They're those pneumatic doors, so they go as it closes. Nobody even blinks. You're the first one inside. As you step inside, it's brighter in here, so you can see around the room. This room is full, like over full, of old furniture. I mean, like old, hundreds of years old furniture. And it seems to be arranged. Like, this isn't the dining room, but there's 2 dining room sets down one wall. Down this side, there's all these big comfy chairs from various times in history. And there are a dozen or more people who obviously were walking around looking at this stuff before they were entranced by the headless royalty. Again, still no one is looking at you.
I'll start like walking around and like snapping canapes from the platters around the room. And,
okay. Yeah.
And then I go and sit in a discreet corner and use my Ouija board to play game with the ghosts that I can talk to while I'm waiting for the other 2 to come in.
All right. There is no need to roll anything there because you're not trying to fool anybody. That just happens. So when the 2 of you can now see through the glass wall over in one corner of the room, there's a small Ouija party going on. Vin. Sorry, what is Reginald doing?
Well, as long as we're all just now in the party, we've all walked in.
Yeah, you can walk right in. Absolutely. You just walk up.
I'm walking right in.
Yeah.
And I see a big
Your skateboard reappears behind you.
A skateboard reappears behind me, yeah. And I see a big table, and it's full of goodie bags. And I'm like,
there is absolutely. The thing with the goodie bags at this party is they're a little weird. They're like bits of furniture. So like a bed knob, a brass fitting off of some old piece of furniture.
Yeah, give me that knob. I'm gonna steal that knob.
So
and then
yep.
My goal tonight is to get that knob. So
absolutely. So nobody's paying attention. With no further ado, you walk up and grab knob.
I'm gonna do it in style. I'm gonna do a nose bone grind on the table.
Absolutely.
People are enamored by that, and as I'm going by, I'm gonna grab the knob. All right.
Impress me with your skateboarding skill to see if you can distract from the headless royalty outside that they are currently staring at. So do a thing and add Give me 2 dice. I haven't rolled against you guys all night, so I've just changed the rules. We're not going to roll against you. Forget it. I don't care anymore. 3 successes. You managed to grab exactly what you're trying to grab. You do the grind along the edge. I would like Imogen to give me give me the same thing. Give me what did we do there? You add 2 dice. Yeah. As you try and outroyal the skateboard king. Oh. They've seen your trick and your head's back on your neck now. So they hear bang, 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 clang, clang, clang because of food. The buffet is crashing down. But you're grinding along the edge of the rail. You just hook the goodie bag or 2 or 3 on the way by and drop off onto the floor in the midst of this party. As you do, because you only got 1 success, the host of the party, a ginormous human being, looks over and says, "That table was worth $50,000. How are you paying for that?" Reginald?
Well, you know what?
He's looking at you.
You know what? If you're looking at me, I'm good for it. I can do it. But you know what? What he doesn't know, because this is what we could use to our advantage. This is just for one night, right? We're human.
Yep.
Yeah, so he doesn't know that I'm going to be dead again tomorrow. So it's like, fine,
Nope.
I'm going to find $50,000. Here's my credit card. And go to the bank tomorrow morning and take the money out. And here's my address, my former address. And if you can't, here's all my identification. It's all legit.
Yeah.
Come and get me tomorrow if the credit card doesn't work out.
Absolutely. You do all of that and hand it to him. And again, I'm going to take a GM initiative here. He's looking at it going, this stuff all expired 40 years ago. It's all 80s
look,
ID.
Look, 40 years ago to
card.
you is
like nobody
tomato,
takes a
tomato.
Discover card. Nobody.
Well, look, do you have PayPal? I mean, like in the future, it's going to be this thing.
So, with that, you are in deep conversation with a man who is very angry about you owing him a bunch of money. At this moment, Imogen and Christina, what are you doing? Oh, actually, at this moment, Imogen and Christina, you see one of the people in the room kind of shakes his head, looks around, reaches down and grabs a chair, and just starts walking sneakily towards the doors.
With a chair?
Yep, with one of these very, very old chairs. It's a Louis XIV's chair, and he's just walking towards the door like hoping nobody's paying attention.
Well, I'm going to see that this person is doing that and go up to him, I'm assuming, and say, "Excuse me, sir, where do you think you're going with that chair? I actually would love to talk to you because I have a business proposition for you."
It's police property.
Police property?
I'm confiscating it.
But you don't look like a policeman to me. In fact, you look like somebody who could be signed on to my new modeling agency.
I could be, but I'm also a cop. I'll show you. I'm undercover. And he reaches in and pulls out a badge in the middle of this party and pops open this big gaudy badge and shows you his undercover police person badge.
Oh.
Don't tell anyone. Puts it back inside.
Well, that was very confusing.
Christina, what are you doing?
I asked a ghost friend I'm playing with to trip the guy so we can interrogate him further.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're like ghosts that live in that house. I've known them for a long time.
Absolutely, yeah. So as soon as you say that guy over there, they look and go, "Oh, the cop that's been stealing stuff all night?"
And I'm like, why would he steal stuff?
Well, he's got almost an entire dining room set now. I have no idea how he's going to get the table out. I got a bet going with the dead upstairs butler from the 17th century. I think he's going to take it apart. He thinks he's going to push it out the window in one piece. But
should we
8
help him?
chairs and a centerpiece so far.
Wow.
No,
Why is
I'm
he doing that?
Screw this. I'm using this information to get me out of trouble.
Oh, you didn't hear this. You're on the other side of the room.
Oh, so, the other side. So I can't even overhear it.
No, unfortunately not. No, you're going to have to get yourself out of this one.
So
speaking of which, yeah, okay, let's finish. Yeah, you're right. Let's finish this one up.
So I raised from my corner and I walked towards the cop and I'm like, why are you stealing the dining set?
Bang! The chair just drops on the floor. People are starting to look. There are now 2 centers of gravity in this room. There's a 80s skateboard punk and a very large angry person over at this end. And at the other end, there's, that has just been announced, a police officer who's stealing shit. At this point, I mean, you would expect that information would cause some fuss. What you don't expect is the amount of fuss it causes. About 1/3 of the people in this room immediately reach into their jackets and start pulling out badges and guns and screaming, I'm with the FBI, I'm with the CIA, I'm with art theft. There's at least 4 agencies in here, and apparently they're all investigating. In amongst that, there's also a group of criminals who have been buying this stuff in this very quiet auction that's been going on all night. And that $50,000 table had already been sold to one of them.
Whoa.
So things are going pear-shaped in a hurry. Reginald. We're going to pop back to Reginald because he was right on the brink of a big encounter here. So, yeah.
Well, now that I see everyone slowly, like, taking out guns and I could use this to my advantage.
Absolutely.
So this guy's like, we'll beat you up. We'll punch your face. And I'm just like, well, listen, you could punch me in the face, but I take out my goodie bag. And the goodie bag is that knob.
Yep.
And I take it out. I go, I'm the knob police. You have to show me that knob. And he's so confused by this. And he's extremely confused.
That is absolutely wonderfully creative. Yep, absolutely.
But you need to always do it with a straight face. So it's like, he doesn't, it's like, wait, is there a knob police? So it's like,
You see him processing. His hand sort of unconsciously goes to his crotch for a second and then jumps away. It's no, probably not that. He's looking around
I'm like, no, you have to.
He's looking at the back of a chair nearby. It's got some sort of knot. He's looking down. Like, he won't look down past your waist because he doesn't want to go there again.
Yeah.
But then he sees the bag and you know what? I'm busted anyway.
Well, good. I'm going to let you off for warning this time. But next time, just make sure to carry your knob on you.
So yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you make the other police go away? I'd make it worth your while. You want a table?
Yeah, I'll take that table.
It's got knobs on it.
Yeah. Give me this. Yeah. Well, you found your knob. Give me the table. Let's
absolutely.
You help me.
He just reaches over and
move this table out.
Yep.
So now all this is going on in the foreground with the police, and I'm sort of in the back where the kitchen is, and this guy's helping me move a table outside.
Yep, the two of you are dragging. You just turn the buffet on its side, splang, clang, food everywhere, all over the floor, and you guys just start you do that thing where you get to the door and you have to do the legs first, and then yelling at each other. No, you go first. No, you go. And then into the kitchen. The chefs in the back, because they are imperturbable, just keep cutting you right through the kitchen with your shit and out the back door. Absolutely. Yeah. This is going to be the shortest one of these we've ever run. This is amazing. Out the back with your $50,000 table, your knob, and your goodie bag. Back inside. Guns everywhere. 27 different kinds of police officer and criminals surround the two of you. I'm going to take a little bit of creative license here. Imogen, your head is literally spinning, trying to process all the information. Just like going around in circles. The police officer in question looks at you, looks at everybody else, grabs 2 chairs, and just bolts openly for the door. And he's screaming before he even gets there, honey, I got the set! Start the car! That's an IKEA ad from the 80s.
I thought that sounded familiar, actually.
And out the door into the darkness he goes with more Louis XIVs than anybody needs to have. The two of you are inside. What do you do?
I'm looking over at Christina, just saying, well, you know, I came here with a prospect because I'm really, you know, although I am royalty, I am an entrepreneur of sorts, but this is much better than anything I could have ever dreamed of.
As you're looking around saying this, you realize you are standing in a room full, you don't need investors. The owners of all this stuff have buggered off. You can have this as an investment.
Exactly.
So yeah, you don't need to talk to people anymore. You can just sell all this shit. So you're pretty much set. I guess the question is, do you attempt to stay here?
Huh. Well.
You sort of look around.
Yeah. I do know from my many years of being royalty that this is fine furniture.
Oh, it is, but it's a mansion, but it's a 70s mansion. You come to sort of, as you're really looking around now, you've only been in this one room, and it's a dropped living room because they all were. And there's like two stairs, two annoying stairs up to every other room in the house that surrounds it.
Yep.
And it's then that you notice that there is plush carpet, shag carpets on the walls and mirrors, like triangular mirrors and chunks of purple shag carpet on the walls.
Good heavens.
It is a real 70s. Yeah, there's no straight hallways. Everything's triangular and weirdly cut. The rooms are really small and don't seem to link together well.
Not my idea of interior design, I'll tell you.
No. It has no flow. But it is full of incredibly expensive furniture.
Okay.
While you ponder that, Christina. Canapes everywhere. The help has just gone, I quit, and just dropped them and walked out the back. So there are trays and trays of canapes about. I mean, some of them have been on the floor, but Mom won't know. I mean, she's a ghost. Oh, shit, right. No, you're a ghost, too. You start trying to pick them up, and you're kind of, oh, man, Mom's going to be so angry.
I can ask my ghost friend, because they have a body tonight.
Yes, you do, yeah.
So I'm like, hey, guys, can you help me? Here's my bag. Can you put this canapé in my bag? I need to bring them to Mom. Otherwise, she's going to be really mad.
How far away is your mom?
I don't know.
Her mom is dead away. It's a long ways. They sort of look at you, and one of them goes, "Oh, we could do better than that." Edith! And through the wall floats this ghost in a little bonnet and a little sort of old school's apron, and she's kneading bread, kneading ghostly dough. And she's, yes. These people want canapes all the time. Oh, I've been looking to travel. Can I come with you? I'll make you all the canapes you want. You're a little pale, dear.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yes, I know that. I meant for being dead. You're still very pale. Here, have a canapé. And she just holds out her hand and it's done. Like it's cooked and prepped and there's like a biscuit and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, there's vegetables and stuff. Yeah.
I'm like, this is awesome. And I munch on it.
The other hand comes up. There's a whole plate of crudité. You know, it's just all, yeah. So Edith then looked at you and goes, oh, so in the bag then?
You don't have to go in the bag. You can just follow me.
I'd rather go in the bag. It's scary out there.
Okay, come in the bag.
And she does squat. And on the third one, twink, and springs up and dives into the bag. And as she does so, she just disappears into this little tiny bag that you have. And as it closes, the last thing you smell is bakery. Oh. Ghost Mom is going to be so happy. Out the back,
Do I really
you find
want to go back?
Reginald, out the back, you and your host find a ghostly moving van to shove the table into. At the end, he turns to look at you and says, you're not bad for a dead guy.
What can I say?
What was it you guys did? And he's trying to figure out how to, is it a fist bump? Is it a high five? He's
like, it's just you. And I just give him a fist bump. And it's like, thank you for getting this table in here for me. But, I'm going to be dead again tomorrow morning, so I won't need this table.
Yeah,
and
because of you. Because of you, I'm not going to be dead tomorrow morning, so keep the fucking table.
Oh, I'm
and
not
he starts
be
backing out of the trailer like he's getting ready to run. The cops are still looking for him, right?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what's going on here. This guy's talking about he's going to be dead and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but maybe maybe I'll just sell this table. You say it's worth $50,000.
Absolutely. And the clock rings midnight. And you feel your body drift away and you float through the front of the cab and into the seat of the truck. You find you can drive it, even though you're a ghost. And with your $50,000 skateboard park ramp, Louis XIV table to show for your night's adventure, as the vehicle drives away, as you go under each street lamp, it shows up less and less and less. Until about 3 blocks away, it pulls the Schrodinger's cat thing and just ceases to be. The last thing that disappears is Reginald's huge smile. Catch your cat reference.
And then a single knob falls on the ground.
Tink, 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 tink. Yeah. Comes to a very nicely lit stop at the end with a small spotlight shining on it. And the credits start to roll on Reginald's story. Back in the house. What are the two of you? This is all coming to a big, bold, bright, and glorious end. All of you have got what you came here for, I believe. Right? Imogen, have you got what you're here for? Yeah?
Well, because I am hoping to invest in business, as you said.
Oh, yes, right. You are,
I do think there is something that I can do with all of this lovely furniture that could be worth something.
But first, you're going to have to get rid of all of these cops.
Yes, and I'm also not sure which of them are ghosts and which are not.
Okay, so how do you deal with this situation?
Well, I am going to go. So at this point, they're still around us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you guys are nothing. No time has passed. That was all narrative time over there.
So I'm going to go over to the nearest person with a badge, standing there with a badge. I'd like to.
They're all just waving their badges around, and some of them are waving guns and badges. Some of them look confused as to which one's which. They're just.
Well, I'm going to almost.
It is, to put it politely, a pissing contest between all these organizations as they all try and take control of the situation. So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to be the epitome of royalty. And,
yes, you are.
And grace, and sort of float over to one of them and grab their hand as they're moving around their badge. And at this point, I would like to see if I can enter their mind, shall we say, in order to see what
you
their
can.
story
Yes,
is and what their motivation is.
Are you picking like the most important looking person in the room to do this too?
Yeah.
He asked leadingly. Yes. Okay. So, you hear all kinds of initials, like they've all got initials, right? FBI, CIA, NSA, you kind of look around and you pick the one that's quietly standing in the corner waiting for the BS to end. The one that isn't wrapped up in all this foolishness. And you just float over, and because you are commanding and because you are possessing, give me 4 dice and 2 more. Give me 6 because I haven't rolled any of my dice all night. So 3 successes. Okay, that is reasonable. You just walk up and into them. Just. It almost doesn't work because he's a pleb. I mean, this is common as dirt. A working person. There's calluses on the fingers of this body you just took over. And this head is weirdly attached. Like, there is no way you could do your owl trick with this head. Like, it's weirdly restricted.
So restrictive.
But you are in this body and in control. It is, the command part worked. But it just feels, well, I mean, it feels like you're wearing somebody else's body, because you are. But you realize, now that you're inside this person's head, yeah, this is the one. This is the most powerful person in the room. Of the humans, anyway. So, knowing that you have the command skill, and the extra added bonus of you are now the most powerful person in the room.
I am going to stride over to the tallest, because the table's gone.
Yep.
I'm striding over to the tallest piece of furniture that I can find and climbing on top of it.
It's a grandfather clock.
Oh, great. I'm going to climb up a grandfather clock with my callous
You said
hand.
tallest, so yeah, you just...
Yep.
Oh, even better. No, you go to the clock, you go around the back, you open the door, you walk into it, the door closes behind you, you hear footsteps going upstairs. The face opens, you step out, climb up on top, close the face, and you are now standing on top of the clock. That was just for me. Okay. Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm in this body of the most powerful human in the world.
You are 6 feet of towering authority standing on a $25,000 clock.
Great.
What do you say?
I'm going to...
You have their rapt attention.
I'm going to yell at everybody to stop what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to roll for that. These are police. When they hear the voice of command, it's just, the room freezes like time stopped. Just boom. The only thing still moving is Christina.
So I'm not a big fan of guns, and my Ouija board has more than one trick up its sleeve. So
Absolutely.
I click on a button and it turns into a boomerang, which I throw into the crowd of police officers to knock off all of the guns.
Absolutely.
Because it's making me nervous.
You hurl the board, and on the way out it goes, wee, 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 wee. And on the way back it goes, yeah, 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 yeah. And it knocks, because this is the final scene, it knocks every gun off of every police officer in the room. No rolls necessary, because this is how these games end. We stop playing the rules about 20 minutes before we all go home. So, you have disarmed the entire room. They were all standing frozen anyway, right, waiting to be told what to do by person in charge. And you have now disarmed them completely. I want to give you the chance, Christina, to do one more thing before we deliver the order, which I suspect is going to end the show.
I stroll through the room, pick up my Ouija boomerang, and walk out the front door and grab the most expensive car I can find.
Do you have a personal choice? Because if you do, there's one here.
Maserati.
Absolutely. Quattroporte?
Yeah, perfect.
Absolutely, yeah. Because you got to be reasonable, right? You can't get the 2-door sports car. That's just silly. You got to get the 4-door Maserati, because that's practical with the 5-point race harnesses and the pop-off steering wheel. Yeah. Yeah. You step outside, the valet sees you walking out the door and just shakes his head, reaches into his pocket, pulls out the keys, and just flicks them at you.
And I grab them.
Whoop, whoop, as you walk up, the doors, poof, you get in. They don't do that, but I don't care. They do now. They're Lamborghini doors now. They close behind you. You reach over and hit play, and whatever music you want. What music is this? You tell me.
Ghostbusters.
The theme from Ghostbusters blasts out through the neighborhood as the Maserati Quattroporte drives away with that basso profundo line, just boom down the driveway and into the darkness. There is exactly enough fuel in the tank to get you till dawn, when you will become corporeal, and you will, just as the sun rises and shines in through the window of this beautiful Maserati, you will just cease to be. In a beautiful moment, followed by the horrendous sound of tearing metal as the Maserati smashes headlong into a brick wall with no one driving.
Ooh.
Leaving a weird thing for the mystery for the local police to solve. Why was it going 185 miles an hour in a corner? How did it do that? There was nobody in it. So that's 2 out of the 3 firmly back in the land of the dead. Imogen.
Well, as I'm
Room is
standing on top of this grandfather clock, I'm yelling, "Everybody stop!" And everybody stops, as he said. And I'm gonna just say, everybody out, because I know that my time is limited. So I just want to enjoy the riches that I'm able to have for the next however long, because I've been dead a long time and I miss my shiny, shiny things.
Oh, that is magnificent. That is absolutely wonderful. You chase them all out. And as the last of them leaves, you just kind of spit out the inspector that you were possessing. And he just comes out and goes, and he's walking away. Doing that is he's going to have PTSD real bad about this. But anyway, that's not your problem.
I'm okay with that.
He's out the door. The doors close. You're here in this subtle glow. You look around, the brass is perfectly polished. The teak, the mahogany, glowing with hundreds of years of love and attention. You just work your way around the room. There's a divan, so you divan on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
There's a stool. There's a stool, so you stool on it. No, that maybe I shouldn't have done that one.
I'm a proper royal lady.
Yes. And with that, you just work your way around this room of amazing furniture. Most of it isn't comfortable, but that's not the point. It's beautiful.
Yes.
And it's wonderful. And someone put everything they had into making it beautiful, and it's still here. It's here as long as you haven't been here. And as you're starting to fade away, you can feel yourself starting to sink into those Louis cans, because I did Couture's already, into those cushions, those horrible beige cushions that are as impressive as they are. It doesn't go with the curtains. You just sink into that as you lose your corporeal form.
Oh.
And with that, small door opens in the back underneath the stairs that nobody saw. And the landlord pokes his head out and looks around and goes, "That went reasonably well. They didn't wreck hardly anything." And he just closes the door. And that is where we will roll the credits on tonight's show. That was, for the record, the shortest one of those we've ever done. 54 minutes, including the intro, and I don't feel like we missed anything.
Ow.
That was quick. Wow. Oh, thank you guys so much. That was, the amazing part with these games is this the 3rd or 4th time that we have played this particular Grant Howitt game, and every single one of them is completely different. I didn't even follow the rules once tonight. I didn't roll against you guys once, and I don't feel like it took away from the story. So, Grant, I'm sorry. I give you credit every weekend, and I don't use your rules. I probably... Yeah, well, you're getting something for nothing, I guess. You're welcome. That seems odd. I got to get to my favorite part of the night, though. This is really my favorite bit. So I get to thank these wonderful, brave people, because a lot of you in chat know exactly how brave you have to be to come on stream and do this stuff. So you know the tension and the anxiety that maybe some of these people went through today, maybe some of these people went through for the last week. I don't know. I did. Every single time I do this, I get nervous and excited at the same time. So I want to take a moment here to thank Julie so much. Thank you so much for playing with us this evening. It was a pleasure to meet you. You met me, and 12 minutes later, we started this ridiculous game. Thank you for trusting me.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure to be here tonight.
Well, now that you've been here once, now you got no excuse not to come back. You know where to sign up for the next ones.
I agree.
Absolutely. Next, from the other side of the continent, Vin, thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, it is not easy coming on here and playing along with me in particular. I could go a little nuts. So thank you so much for coming with us. Thank you for not backing off and just playing hard all night. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you so much for coming with us tonight.
Thank you.
And I saved Loch Nessa for last because this is not your first time here. So you knew better and you still came back.
It's my first time on the stream.
On this stream, yes. Yeah. Not the first time gaming with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you knew what you were in for and you did it anyway. So that's a different kind of brave. But thank you very much for coming and joining us tonight.
Thank you. This was so much fun.
Oh, I'm glad. There's a bunch of people in chat in Twitch. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had as much fun as we did. As always on these Friday ones, I get so sucked into what's going on over here. I keep looking at chat, but I just don't have time to type anything in. So you're wonderful. I read it all. I just didn't have time to respond. Yeah, go read us on Discord. I got all kinds of time to talk over there. Thank you, Mudkip. And finally, to the future people watching on YouTube, Dirty 20 Gaming on YouTube. I keep forgetting to mention it, and I'm going to start mentioning it more because the entire catalog is there now. There's 30-something of these and all kinds of other stuff that we're doing. It's all there, even the bad stuff. We hide nothing. Dirty 20 Gaming. We put our shame out there with our pride. And with that, I'm going to end as I always do. Until next time. Please be nice to each other. Good night.
Good night.